Hi, welcome to my totally legit K-pop news show. My name is Angelina, your host for today. And we have some alleged plagiarism accusations. We're going to roast some Blackpink Coachella outfits. We definitely need to talk about Queendom Puzzle and the alleged lineup. 17 and Hybe being under fire for having way too many goddamn photo cards and so much more. So if you're interested, then please keep on watching. You can also feel free to skip through to subjects that interest you using the time bar. No skin off my back, even though it messes with my watch time. It's okay. Not your circus. So I was just going through everyone's favorite discussion site, COACHELLA, and I came across this, basically titled, "This the Sserafim concept is totally copying Blackpink." I wanted to take a look at this as someone who loves pointing out similarities. Now, off the bat, before even looking at this, do I think Blackpink is copying? No. Do I think Sserafim is copying Blackpink? Absolutely not. Though, if you guys remember in my last news video, I literally said these, bruised up faces in Sserafim's teaser photos are reminiscent of Blackpink's Kill This Love, but just reminiscent, Like, name an idol who hasn't had bruised up faces for a teaser picture. God, ATs recently, haven't they? Was it for Rocky or Limitless? Anyways, ooh, look at this first similarity. So we have Blackpink's playing with fire. I think this is the teaser image, isn't it? I'm sorry, this is actually so funny. And then we have Sserafim below. Really, there is just a black background with fire. Now, Blackpink's fire looks mostly CGI. Well, I mean, obviously, you're not gonna. It's written playing with fire and fire. Come on, guys. And then Sserafim's looks like it's actually their logo on fire in the background. That's the thing. Usually I'm like, I totally see the similarities. Like, are they similar? Yeah, they're similar. This is not really that similar. Like, this is me if I was stretching. I think it's okay to be reminded of things, obviously. But, this is something that I would say it's reminiscent, maybe. I wouldn't have thought of this at all. But in terms of like aesthetically as well, like the fire is even a different color. The posing, everything is very different. So we're off to a very interesting start, I would say. So then we go down. Yes, this is what I pointed out in the last news video, that it was reminiscent. Just because it's these face shots with like bruises on their faces and everything. I really didn't like it when Blackpink did this. Just because it almost, it didn't, well, Rosie's picture didn't really translate into this is a bruise on my face. It looked more like a disease. Moving on. Stop it. Okay, if we're gonna call plagiarism for this, so we have Lisa in the pink Venom mask or bandana, and then the bandanas aren't even the same. The posing isn't the same. The composition of the photos, I don't even know what that means, aren't the same either. Like, this one's in black and white at the bottom here, and then this is a screenshot from the music video, right? If we're gonna call plagiarism here, I mean, didn't CL literally have the same bandana in The Baddest Female? We don't need to talk about that right now. It's kind of bad. That's it. That's it. Okay. So let's read some of the comments. Isn't this a super common concept? If you put them side by side, it means they're copying. I'm a BP fan and I've never thought they were copying BP. This isn't the opinion of BP fans. Well, it's not like Blinks aren't known for doing this stuff all the time, but I'll hold my tongue. I'm not a Sserafim fan, but taking a few seconds of a music video and claiming it's copied is way too forced, no? And the first picture looks forced too. You call that copying? Yeah, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. I'm a fan of pointing out actual similarities and just pointing them out, not referring to plagiarism. Here are some more comments. This could as well be a 4-minute pics, to be quite honest. Literally, that bandana image perfectly fits in with 4 minutes. Crazy. I forgot about that. As always, I think it's okay to point out similarities or also be reminded of something. But the title was literally they're copying Blackpink, so I don't agree with that. But while we're still on that Sserafim note, I found this as well. Until when are they gonna make Kasha do ballet? Forever, guys. Oh my god, look how beautiful that is. Look how straight that is. That is beautiful. You don't train for that long to do something like ballet, which really, I mean, that's a lot of dedication to then never make use of it. My leg would forever be in this angle. Please continue to do it. She's so pretty that I'm going crazy. She's totally a swan. Please make her do ballet for the rest of her life. The last picture, wow. Make her do it more, please, until she dies. Please make her do it until she can. Yeah. I agree. It's just so beautiful. So I just wanted to point that out. So now I had this planned as its own video. But I don't know. Some of you say you miss my outfit roasting videos, and then I feel like they don't do that well. They've also just become so much harder to make because of copyright and all that jazz. So I prepared a little something. I'll put it in this video as well, because I don't think I have like the most to say to fill an entire video on its own. So let me show you the desktop background I made. I mean, I didn't make it, but you get the idea, right? I posted on my community tab if you guys wanted me to roast Blackpink's Coachella outfits or do a Kepler video. And some of you guys are leaving the stupidest comments I've ever fucking seen. Like, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat to be roasting the Queen's Blackpink outfits and all that jazz. First of all, if I can sit here and roast their outfits, what's stopping you from trashing on my Costco sweater? Absolutely nothing. The majority of you don't even have profile pictures, so you don't really have a leg to stand on. At least I'm out here trying to have fun. But some of you are trying to take the fun out of everything. Like, take a breath. It's literally pieces of clothing. I would never say anything about their bodies, and I'm not roasting people. I am roasting pieces of material and or metal, apparently. So let's start with their black and white outfits. So as a group, I feel like, I mean, they obviously match and everything, but they don't, I mean, the colors match. Otherwise, it looks a little disjointed. Like, I feel like Jennie is on a completely different stage. I mean, they're all on completely different stages in my opinion, but let's look at the outfits individually. I mean, in this picture, it definitely looks a lot more cohesive, but anyways, I love this Jennie outfit. I love the cutouts. It feels both futuristic and retro at the same time. Then we have Jisoo's outfit, which I love the silhouette of the shorts. And if we actually take a better look at the shorts, there's these details on them, which I think are really cute. The embroidering of the shorts are very nice. I'm not a fan of the things hanging off of the shorts, however. It does feel a little bit outdated, a little bit too similar to what they did 4 years ago. And the shirt, I mean, it's interesting, but I would have just made the shirt its own focal point rather than all these other elements that kind of take away from the shirt, because it is really interesting, but it just kind of gets lost in the outfit. Moving on, Lisa's outfit. This literally screams something 21 would wear. And it's not that I hate it or don't hate it. I think I would have taken the jacket off to really emphasize how cool the outfit actually is, because I feel like the jacket, all it does is really take away from the intricacies of this. But otherwise, I think it's a pretty nice outfit. Then lastly, Rosie's outfit. I think it's nice. I mean, it's classic. You can't really go wrong. It feels Coachella-y. I do like, you know, the nylon material. It's simple but effective, but it does kind of go under the radar just a little bit. The pink sparkle outfits. I think these are my favorites, but I'm not too sure, because when I saw them in movement they looked so different, and I thought, okay, these are so much better than week 1 outfits. But just looking at the pictures simply like this, I'm a little, they're not as much of my favorite anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, this Jennie top with the side boob is a fucking look. But then with the pants, I'm not too sure. You know, it's definitely her style. She's been doing these low rise, sometimes more baggier pants. So it's definitely more her style, but I just can't help but feel like it kind of cheapens the outfit a little bit. Like, instead of looking super high end, it looks so much more casual than I feel like this outfit deserves to look. This outfit, oh my god, it's perfect. It's so shapely. The shapes are perfect and it looks so much fun while still being super elevated and high fashion. Lisa, oh my god. So this isn't necessarily my favorite outfit, because, no, that's the thing. I simultaneously love and hate this outfit at the same time, because I think it's absolutely stunning. I love the cutouts. I honestly, just Lisa herself, the red lips with those bangs feel a little retro to me. A red lip on Lisa is honestly life-changing. It's just those cutouts on the pants, really. I feel like they add an awkward gap in the cut. Do you know what I mean? Like, when they move with her, there's that gap. I think we can see it better in this photo. So because there is that gap, it feels like it doesn't fit right on her. They didn't make the effort to make it, I don't know. I'm a little confused at like what it's supposed to look like. And then I don't love these fluffy elements at the bottom. And then Rosie, there's absolutely nothing wrong technically with the outfit, other than I feel like it's a little too short. Everyone else is purely in pink, and then, you know, she's doing the little Blackpink moment, which Ironically, I don't love the colors black and pink together, so I think maybe just the same color shorts underneath would have made it so much more cohesive instead of like a stark black color sticking out. So it's not my favorite, even though like it's quite simple and beautiful at the same time. Speaking of not liking the colors black and pink together, they literally debuted their coach. You can't say that, can you? These were their first outfits, weren't they? Let's start off with Jennie. I love the shorts. I love the satin pink shorts. And then we just go up higher and I'm really not feeling it. I don't love this corset, especially the black flower in the middle. It's not my thing. Again, it looks a little disjointed. We have like this random lace flowing off of her shorts as well, which I'm sure add really great movement. It's just not my favorite. The coat is stunning. I believe it's supposed to be like inspired by a handbook or something. I remember seeing like a designer posting like their handbook looks, which I don't think we saw. I think they came out with the handbooks and took them off, but those are all so stunning. What I would have done was those black handbooks, and then when they took them off, it just totally pink outfits underneath. So then it doesn't literally have to be black pink like this. Do you know what I mean? It could just be black and then pink once the sun down. So here's just another angle. Again, the hanbok on top is so gorgeous. Jisoo's outfit here, I think it flows really nicely. We have these jellyfish vibes that we're also going to see on Rosie's outfit as well. It's just, again, the colors together, I don't love them. If this was entirely black or entirely pink, I think it would be beautiful. Another angle. I mean, she's just stunning. Like, it doesn't matter what they wear. Okay, I love Rosie, but the belt really messes with the whole flow of everything, doesn't it? Even if I didn't like the colors, the whole point of the pink fluffy thingies is to move around and be flowy, isn't it? So when you add a belt, you're like tying them down to an extent, which I think adds a little bit of interest to the outfit at the same time. So it's not as boring. You have this very interesting, visually interesting belt. But maybe I just don't really love this outfit to begin with. Moving on to Lisa. These outfits are all very reminiscent of their VMA outfits, aren't they? I love the shorts. I love the sleeves on her top. This is a version of black and pink that I don't mind too much because the pink is it's like an afterthought, right? And we still get those jellyfish vibes. I think it's a really nice outfit. So I couldn't really find any individual photos of the members in these outfits. These are simultaneously super reminiscent of their first Coachella looks, but also I really kind of like them as well. Like, first of all, Jisoo's outfit is way too similar to the first Coachella looks. If her hair was a little bit more red, I would have definitely mistaken her for the 2019 Coachella, or when was it? I don't know. But I don't know, black is just so classic and they look so sophisticated. I love them, frankly, like especially Jennie's outfit with those thigh highs. Amazing. But everyone looks really great in these outfits. So now we have some solo stages. A lot of people were saying this is ballet core. I would say it's like maximalist ballet core. I really don't hate it. There's a lot of texture. I really like the pearls. I really like the puffiness of the skirt. I just don't love the shoes. This is another one of Jennie's solo stage outfits, and I think it exists. I love satin, don't get me wrong. Not a fan of the flower. It does feel a little old, which I think could be a vibe, but for me it exists. I think it exists. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Red is 1000% her color. It's just so dramatic while also maintaining this elegant nature that fits the song. This looks like a DIY project gone bad. Like, I can even see like all the layers. It feels like I could have just cut the dress myself and made something like this, to be honest. This feels very Lady Gaga, but definitely stunning. Another DIY project. It feels a little bit like a Renaissance outfit, but like I'm sorry, it's just really that gold piece that's cut in this awkward triangle that's not fitted so well. I think if it were shorter and more fitted, it wouldn't have that vibe that it was DIY. It's a little simple, but in movement, I love the way that it shines. With the coat and everything, it's really nice. Okay, so that is it for our little outfit rows. Let me know, do you like it when it's just one singular video dedicated to it, or you don't mind if I add it to, let's say, a news video? Back to the news. So let's talk about Queendom Puzzle. A while back, it was announced that Mnet would have kind of a spin-off of Queendom. So we have Queendom Queendom, Queendom 2, and now we're gonna have Queendom Puzzle. Whereas the other shows took either solo artists or groups to then have one final group at the top, Queendom Puzzle wants to take individuals and then create a kind of Mnet supergroup. I mean, I'm an SM anti to my core, but I can admit when they've been plagiarized. So it's kind of like a super got the beat type thing. So we already have a teaser that came out, and there was a bunch of different girl group songs, including a Blackpink song. Now, in my head, the first thing I ever thought was there's no way in hell that Blackpink or any Blackpink member is going to appear on the show. But we also had Lisa, who made like a little cameo on Kingdom 2. Or was there only one Kingdom? I can't remember anymore. She made an appearance on Kingdom. But it would be weird, right? It would be totally weird for Blackpink to appear on this show. But like, why would they put a Blackpink song kind of to get people talking, right? Anyways, one of the biggest standout elements of the new season is that viewers will be able to see girl group performances with different members each round. Members from pre-existing girl groups will be put together like a puzzle to form new groups and compete each round to showcase new and unique charms while telling their stories. There will be never before seen performances that can only be viewed through Queendom Puzzle. That on its own I think is super interesting. However, Honda Hitomi and Yabuki Nako are reportedly going to join this. This is especially interesting because they were literally part of IZ*ONE, who was also formed through an Mnet survival show. So for them to go back on another Mnet survival show and then potentially re-debut is really interesting. Mnet did respond to this saying the overall casting is in progress, so it is difficult to say at this stage. The reactions I've seen to this is that it's weird. It's so weird. Like, why would you put these girls through this again? And I feel like the sentiment is quite prevalent when it comes to Mnet groups. No. And I feel like the sentiment is quite prevalent when it comes to Mnet shows like this. If we think to CLC's Yujin, who was in Girls Planet 999, or even Hui from Pentagon, who was in Boys Planet, people almost think like it's a step down and it's kind of embarrassing for them to be there because they were literally part of established groups previously. And now they're competing with a bunch of different trainees to then re-debut with another group. Some people kind of look down on that. I think it is a very strategic business move if you think about it. Absolutely. I don't think it's anything to be sad about. Like I think a lot of people do get really sad, especially when someone like Hui joins Boys Planet and doesn't end up making the cut. But I think I just read that he's going to go back to the Pentagon promotion. So maybe he wasn't supposed to win. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, it is such a win-win scenario for everyone. You have this established artist who maybe needs a little bit of a push, right? And then you have the company Mnet who gets to take advantage of all the fan support that these people already inherently have. I think it's great. I think it's so much fun. I think people take these shows way too seriously when in my head, a lot of it is already very much planned out. These are all very strategic business moves in my opinion, and I think it would be so fun to see them again. Not that I've ever watched a produce show, but for other people I'm sure. Taeyeon is also set to return as the MC, and we also do have a confirmed first lineup. So former IZ*ONE member Lee Taeyeon, former CLC member Jang Yeon, Labum's Haein, former Momoland member Chui, Lovely's Key, former Produce 48 contestant Shiroma Miru, Haiky's Rina, and Huiso, and weekly members will be competing on Queendom Puzzle. I think this is so interesting because Itaeon and Yen both had comebacks recently, which again, I think was a very strategic business move to then be able to have more hype for the show. Also, maybe to have a little bit more content to work with. Oh shit, Mnet further confirmed that IZ*ONE members Yabuki Nako and Honda Hitomi, who were previously reported to appear on Queendom Puzzle, will not be participating in the show. Interesting. Itaeon and Shiroma Miru previously appeared together on Mnet's Produce 48. Afterwards, Itaeon debuted as a member of IZ*ONE and has since been active as a soloist, while Shiroma Miru recently returned to Korea after concluding her activities in Japan. So we do actually have confirmation that those two won't be joining, but I still think it'll be really interesting, especially since we have Itaeon, right? Okay. Let's talk about Hybe. Hybe Labels is being heavily criticized for the nearly 900 photocards to collect for Seventeen's FML album. I thought those are seats for a movie or concert. That is wild. I'm not even surprised, to be honest. Like, I can't even sit here and act shocked. Update Carrots have since clarified the misleading photocard math following the online backlash sparked. You know what? Whether it is actually 500 or 900, it's still too many fucking photocards. Not my circus though, I don't collect them. In recent times, K-pop labels have come under increasing scrutiny for promoting practices among fans that can be highly damaging to the environment. I mean, shit. I get it. I get, like, you know, yeah, people buy a lot of albums and end up throwing them in the trash. I would hope that they sell those albums for super cheap. You know, donate them. I don't know. Do people actually do? That is messed up. You know, when I wanted to get rid of my first K-pop album collection, my second gen album collection, I gave them to Value Village. I wonder where they ended up. Do you think Value Village actually sold them back then? Or they were just like, what the fuck is this shirtless guy? It was Rain Back to Basics, right? So you opened it and he's just shirtless there, and you could move it like up and down and it would be a different pose of him shirtless. Maybe they were just like, what is this? According to research done by fans, there's a total of 899 photo cards one can collect from Seventeen's latest album. With 13 members in 17, one would expect a large group like them to have more photo cards than others, but with the high number of different versions of the album, all including different photo cards, 899 total photo cards means there are about 69 different ones for each member, which seems excessive. Yeah, that's kind of an issue, isn't it? Netizens have been quick to share their opinions online on Twitter and Reddit about this situation, criticizing Hybe labels as hypocrites for encouraging anti-environmental practices. After saying they want to promote environmental friendliness in the past, well, we should have all listened to Isuman from the beginning. He purposely debuted a 4-member girl group to prevent these issues. That's a lie. It could be true, but I just made that up right now. And he wanted to promote planting trees with said girl group, and we were all clowning him. Joke's on us, isn't it? It's sad that people nowadays buy albums not for their faves music, but for the... Yes, it's for the photo cards. What the fuck are those albums doing back there? Absolutely nothing. Do you think I bought 6 versions? You think I bought 6 versions? It's not for the aesthetics, babe. It's for the photo cards. But no, seriously, you can go on like Neokyo or Mercari, though that's not available here, and just get the photo cards themselves. Honestly, if I could change anything, I wouldn't buy a single album. They're just rotting back there. I wouldn't buy a single photo card either, but I was collecting photo cards and I was really hard into it, and I have hundreds of photo cards to sell now. But I would have just stuck with the photo cards is all I'm saying. I want to get to where they're clarifying the actual number. Okay, I can't see exactly where they're clarifying the actual numbers, but I'm still assuming it's going to be high. There's 13 members. How many versions of the album? It's still pretty high. And the sentiment is still there that photo card collecting is really ruining the environment. I think that's a little reductive to say. I'm sure the environment is suffering for many reasons, not just K-pop, but 1,000% companies are feeding into this. They see how much we enjoy photo cards and how prestigious it is, right? Because at the end of the day, you could just print those same pictures out of your own printer. But it's the prestigiousness of having the official photo card in your possession and completing every single set that you need. It's definitely this culture of hyper consumerism. And I'm not gonna lie, for a minute it did make me really happy. I was so fixated on my photo card collection. I took a lot of joy out of looking for each photo card that I needed and receiving them and storing them, and it was so much fun. But then you're just left with books and books of photo cards, collections that are ultimately incomplete because it would cost so much money to actually complete them. And then what do you do with them? Stare at them? And I'm not knocking anyone who does this. I'm just saying, you know, don't get swayed into this just because it looks cool, because that's literally what I did. And then I was like, oh my god, like this is way too expensive, this is not super accessible. And it's just this feeling of prestige that is kind of it's in the air. It's in the air. No one's actually saying it as far as I know, but it's in the air. You know, if you have the fake photo cards, it's just not as cool, and people kind of look at you weird, right? You know the feeling. Come on. So let me know what you think about that. I mostly collected for Twice and ATEEZ. Twice are honestly so generous with their photo cards. I feel like ATEEZ were stingy. They knew the market. They knew what they were doing. But the Twice photo card culture, I felt like, was a little bit healthier. The photo cards were all priced super reasonably. The company themselves would give you like 20 photo cards per album. Not that much, but you get the point, right? So it really depends on the company, I would say. But let me know your thoughts about that. We're going to move on to Kpop Shenanigans. So ATEEZ performed somewhere. This is great journalism. I just want to show you this video. basically San's head mic is like tangled up or something. He runs to Seonghwa, steals his microphone, and then he sings his own part. Seonghwa's acting like this has never happened to him in his life before. This is the first time this is occurring to him. Absolutely not. And then San sings his part and gives it back. I'm joking about this because I've seen, I think in a concert footage once, where San had his head mic and he ran to another member to steal their own microphone. I don't know if there's a problem with his head mic. I don't think there was. I think he just preferred the sound of the microphone. So he just stole the microphone to sing his part and then gave it back. So I've seen this quite a few times. I didn't even recognize that his headset was broken or tangled up or anything. I just thought he wanted the microphone. I'm like, I've seen him do this before. This has been going around, so I wanted to share it as well. Give them all hand mics if they want hand mics, for God's sakes. So we have some more teasers for My World. Some of the teasers are interesting as hell, and then some of them seem a little more fresh. And yeah, fresh. These ones look a little bit more interesting, but I'm curious if the reason these are so muted, or a little bit more muted than I would have expected them to be, is because they're going to do a commentary on how muted it is. I love their use of animated elements into real life. Like, that's cool as hell, you have to admit. And then we also have one with Ning Ning. She's at a cafe and her food is literally glitching. I just think it's so cool. So I'm excited because on one hand, we have these teasers, which look so interesting to me. And then we have the first teaser videos where it's someone said it was very reminiscent of planting trees. So I'm a little confused about what direction they're going. And I think it's going to be a commentary on that because there's also another video. These pictures is what I'm talking about, where it's very fresh. I mean, they look amazing and everything. It's just very curious to me. Like this video of breaking news. What do you think of this strange phenomenon? Ideal type? It's just so funny because they're acting so weird in this. I love it. I love it. And then Winter goes on to say that it's something they've seen before, you know? We don't have any thoughts. And Ning Ning just like, It's genius. I love it. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. I'm so excited to see how this goes into the actual comeback. So with all that said, are you excited for Spicy? It says Spicy MV teaser. That's why. This has been going around TikTok, the English demo version of Tinnitus. People are saying so many funny things like, how did it go from such a sexual meaning to then I want to be a rock? I just thought that was interesting. This made me cringe so hard. Hi, Daddy. Ah! Hi, Daddy. Oh my God.
Your full name is Vernon Hansel Trey, right?
Hansel Vernon Trey.
Hansel Vernon Trey, right?
Hansel Vernon Trey.
Okay, you are under arrest for being too hot. You have the right to remain sexy.
He's such a mood.
But everything you say can and will make me blush. So, put your hands in the air and come to kiss me.
You just know Seonghwa would have played into that wholeheartedly. What's Mozart's first name? Okay, enough of that. Let me now tell you about my K-pop dreams. Lastly, let's talk about my K-pop dreams. So this is what I have my K-pop dreams, and then I kind of half wake up and I write them down. So this is what I wrote. I wrote Seonghwa tour bus, parenthesis, more like a bus. Actually, all of ATEEZ was there and we were eating and I was talking to Mingi in really good Korean, by the way. And I pulled out my phone in the dream to write down the dream, parenthesis, inception. I think that is so wild, isn't it? Or do you guys just dream all the time and this is normal? But like, I'm constantly thinking about this fucking list in my dream. So then there was a Mingi video segment on how he found love through online communities and he was dating a fan. And I was disgusted. I clicked out. I felt like heartbroken. I was like, this is this is the power balance is not balancing here. So yeah, those are two of some of my K-pop dreams. Let me know in the comments down below if you've had any recent K-pop dreams. On that note, my group chat is trashing Super Junior, so I gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below what you think of all of this. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with the friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!